Do a thermal analysis of the roof, check for moisture and wet insulation on the roof that is intended to be repaired in the next few months. We started the flight off, taking off, scanning the other roofs. I actually found on the target building a reference point for some wet insulation. As you can see in the video right now, I checked the different temperatures and to see which color palette made it stand out enough and look really good, show up really good. I also checked the other area just so I could get some comparison for that building as to what the rest of the roof looked like. Here we actually did some regular photos without the thermal camera just to make sure we didn't see any puddles or standing water on the roof that could be messing with the reading. However, you can see from the photos and then now the picture-in-picture, there is no standing water on the roof. That's clearly just an outline of the wet insulation underneath the actual roof surface. I took several photos of the roof with just the regular camera, along with switching back to the thermal image. The ambient temperature was about 75 degrees, and it was right at 8 o'clock when we started doing this. So you can see the roof's already cooling down. I believe that's from the AC coming from the building that keeps the roof surface cooler. But the wet insulation actually holds the heat in, allowing that section to stay warmer. So now we scan over towards the actual PetSmart building, which is the building we were looking for. We're looking for that same anti-symmetrical pattern in the insulation that would be indicative of moisture in the insulation instead of just the different roof surface. As you can see, we tried to get all angles on this particular building just because it's the one we were there to examine. There is some discrepancies around the AC units. That's just the heat and the ambient heat coming off of those units, but everything is pretty much uniform. Tried to get a very thorough coverage of the building itself using this picture-in-picture so we could use the other for reference. And then immediately followed over just again showing what in that same color pattern how fast the moisture shows up in that anti-symmetrical form. This last one is the final flyover. We've got our box for the minimum maximum temperatures. It's just another measurement tool we use when we're looking at these roofs, just to get a general idea of how the whole roof is behaving. Again, we want to get a thorough picture of the different angles of the roof, focus in on some smaller areas. You can see the symmetrical lines of what was probably patchwork over the years along with the seams. That's the vertical lines running across the screen. Took several photos of this angle with the actual camera and with the thermal. And again, we're switching through the color palettes just one more time. At this point, I wanted to get a little bit closer view of each section of the roof. So I started at what would be the front of the building, and you'll see we slowly worked our way back. Everything looks very symmetrical. Nothing like what was on the Target building in the earlier part of the video. And that concludes it.